What's up, connoisseurs? It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community. Today is Thursday. It's August 8th. Hope you're doing well. And we've got some great news. We currently have the Trump pump underway. Tons of people asking why the MJ market is ripping at the moment. We do have the S&P 500 and the broader market recovering as well. But there was a video out of Trump circulating that he discusses rescheduling and the support for that and legalization. And the more that you start to see individual states legalize, he's starting to kind of change his tune a little bit. So I've got a video I want to share with you, and I'll give my thoughts and opinions in detail. Before we get to it, though, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or live streams. Also, I'm not a financial advisor, yada, yada, yada. This is for entertainment purposes only. You should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. And if you recall, I posted this over a month ago, the crypto versus medicine ticket, right? We're going to see crypto and medicine of the future, MJ, as two big political issues when we see these campaigns. And crypto, we know Trump wasn't all for it, and then he just did a complete 180 out of nowhere because it was getting him votes and it's very popular. And then I said, if he can do that quick of a stance and change his tune that quickly, then there's a very good chance that he could do that for MJ. And we're starting to see that already. Donald Trump Jr. saying that he loves crypto and staking, and they've got a big announcements coming soon. And he talks about an announcement that he's going to make with regards to Florida and MJ. So we'll see what happens there. But I'll play the video here in just a moment. But this is something I've been talking to people about, and it's starting to come to fruition. So leading into the elections here, it really does look like it's going to be a MJ versus crypto type issue. And that we know there's a lot of one issue voters out there that are only voting for one reason, and that's to be pro crypto, right? So whichever candidate is pro crypto, so they're getting a lot of votes for that. But there's more people in the US that consume MJ than own crypto. I think it's like 52 million that own crypto, and somewhere around 58 to 60 million who consume MJ. So one could say that MJ is actually a more popular topic and issue. But like I said, first pro MJ legalization Democratic ticket with Tim Walz as the VP and Kamala Harris. So it's no wonder he's taking a little bit of a turn here and a change of stance, because this is going to win him votes at the end of the day. And like I said, there's more people in the U.S. that consume MJ. So this is the article here, the video. Daniel Arnold, shout out. This is the video. So this was live from today. You can see Trump supporting rescheduling and legalizing of MJ, August 8th, 2024. So we'll play this real quickly.
People going to prison for marijuana.
Yeah.
Harris supports rescheduling marijuana and also says that no one should go to prison for marijuana offense. Do you agree?
I know it's really quiet after the fact. You might be able to turn on subtitles, but essentially he says, there's with people going to jail, and Kamala Harris supports rescheduling. And can you talk on that? Basically, is what he's saying.
Well, as we legalize it, I start to agree a lot more, because it's being legalized all over the country. Florida has something coming up. I'll be making a statement about that fairly soon. But as we legalize it throughout the country, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, it's awfully hard to have people all over the jails that are in jail right now for something that's legal. So I think obviously there's a lot of sentiment to doing that. Yeah, please.
There you go. So he mentioned Florida, big announcement coming there. Well, he said in an announcement, and basically doesn't think that people should be in jail for it, right? And that's basically what kind of sparked the rescheduling process as well. And we're starting to see MJ become a big issue leading into the elections. And like I said, I truly believe it's going to be a crypto versus medicine type of election year. And in my opinion, these are two very important issues. There's a ton of other issues that are important as well, like abortion, and I shouldn't even get into it, and veterans, and healthcare, and all these very important issues. Crypto and medicine of the future. Some could argue that they're not as important as some of these other issues, but one thing is for sure is that the American people want crypto, and the American people want MJ. And these candidates, right? Even RFK Jr. is pro MJ, pro crypto. And I think he's kind of the best candidate, to be honest. I'm from Canada, so I'm not trying to be political. It's just my own thoughts and opinions. I listen to him, and he seems like he has a pretty good head on his shoulders. But obviously, the market is reacting very well to this. CGC's up currently almost 10%. We have Oxley. Oxley was up before the news of this came out, but yeah, CGC kind of leading the pack here. ACB Aurora as well. They had some pretty decent earnings. And this is actually a name that you want to be watching as well. And this is a good thing for the sector because we have an inverse head and shoulders here on a monthly time frame. And we could potentially confirm a monthly uptrend here with a low, high, higher low, and higher high. So if we break resistance there at 935, then monthly uptrend confirmed. We're still in a monthly downtrend right now, but we can see if we can confirm this inverse head and shoulders. And just a rough target, if we do confirm it, that'd bring us somewhere up to around $24. And that's factoring in post splits, right? But the reason why I bring this up on ACB is because it's one of the leaders here of the tier ones today, but also the fact that this is showing that this time is different. This is one of the weaker names in MJ. A lot of people have been burned by this. So the fact that ACB is confirming potentially a monthly uptrend here over the next month or so, probably into the election, I would say probably, maybe we go sideways, see a little bit more turbulence into the fall, and then into September, October we get rescheduling, a bunch of other catalysts. Florida I think is going to approve adult use, and then I think October and into the end of the year and in the fall is going to get pretty nuts, and in a good way. I mean, if we take a look at the U.S. side of things, we've got MSOX currently up 20% at the moment, and then MSOS ETF up just over 10% at the moment. So this is obviously being received very well. But one thing I will say is that we do have a lot of death crosses on MJ at the moment. So MSOS just had its death cross, but there's a ton of other ones like GTBIF just had its death cross. Cureleaf just had its death cross as well, but there's a bunch of names that haven't yet. But we're already seeing downside from that. But I'm just a little concerned at the fact that there's some names that still have yet to confirm their death cross. So I think we could see a little bit more sideways action, potentially one more leg down, and then, like I said, into the fall. I think that's when we're going to really start to see MJ take front and center stage, where they're going to be relying on it a lot more. And the more one party starts to support something, the more they have to kind of start to change their tune as well. And we already know that Kamala Harris is starting to turn pro crypto as well after choke point 2.0 and going after all these companies and suing and regulation by enforcement, right? So once one starts to change their tune, the other one kind of gets forced into it, because this shouldn't be an issue for both parties. Both parties should be supporting this, in my opinion, because it's what the American people want. Like I said, 52 million, I believe, is the number of people who own crypto in the U.S., and then I think just under 60 million people consume MJ, right? So these are two very important issues. Like I said, it's not the only issue at hand, but these are two very, very popular issues that's going to get a ton of people out to the voting booths, and it's going to sway a lot of young voters as well. And they could follow in the footsteps of, say, Canada and Germany. But look at Canada, right? That the Liberals got put into office, and there was tons of people who had never voted for the first time, and record number of young voters went out to vote for it. And those people were single issue voters. And it reminds me, it's very reminiscent of the times now. And I think we're going to see a lot of younger people turning out to the polls just, because of these one issue votes, right? And these one issue topics, right? So in my opinion, I think we're going to heat up in a big way into the fall, but don't get too excited too quickly, because there's probably going to be some chop. But we should get rescheduling, I think, before the elections. If not, it's a political death sentence for those that are in power right now, that were basically put in power because of their pro-MJ stance. If they don't get anything done before the elections, then, like I said, it's just a political death sentence, and that's going to hurt their. But if that's the case, they might start to support full-blown legalization. So you have to keep in mind that we could see descheduling. I think there's a very slight chance of that, maybe 5%, but I think 80, 90% plus chance that we're going to get rescheduling. If not, then a slight chance of descheduling. I don't think that nothing's going to happen, right? I can't see it ever just staying on Schedule 1 with all the scientific research that we have now, and the DEA and HHS and FDA and DOJ all on board, right? So this time is definitely different, and we're starting to see prices kind of react to that. So this is great news, and we should, like I said, find out whatever he meant. He said he talks about Florida. I'm not sure if he talks about adult use there, but he said he has an announcement with regards to Florida. As far as I'm aware, he lives in Florida. So this is big news, and Florida is going to be a massive market. But going to end it there, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. We'll continue the conversation there. It's Rod with Pow Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth, and we'll see you again in the next video.